What's going on, everybody? It's your observant Lineman here, and I came across this article just last night, and I decided I'd go ahead and do a video on it today. This is something that, man, they have a special place in hell for people who do things like this. When you're talking about an athlete who has been working his hardest to just get a shot at playing at the professional level when it comes to football, this is something that very few get the opportunity to live in terms of being able to see all their hard work pay off and have a chance to live their dream. And, when someone decides they're going to take an opportunity to play with that, to actually, in a malicious way, play with the emotions of someone who is dedicated their life to a certain craft, I feel like, attention needs to be brought to this. And, maybe hopefully through this terrible, disgusting act of a hoax, we can see this guy get the opportunity that he has been fighting for a long time. So we're talking about here college football player, former Austin Peay defensive back, Juantarius Bryant. Juantarius Bryant is a defensive back who's been working his butt off since he went undrafted in 2020 for the NFL draft. And he's been staying in the gym, keeping himself ready, trying to hold out for an opportunity to finally live his dream in playing in the NFL. And in this situation, unfortunately, this guy's entire career was taken advantage of by somebody who decided to play a hoax on this guy. As you can see here, the title of this article, former Austin Peay DB Juantarius Bryant thought he had a Falcons tryout. It was a hoax. Now, this is something that I find to be so cruel in the way that they played with this guy. Whoever did it, big middle finger to you. That's the kind of thing that just terrible people do. And we're going to go through this article real quick because I think it's important that we understand just how much this can really affect an individual who is putting a lot of work and a lot of serious energy behind keeping himself polished and in the best possible position to give himself a chance. It says Juantarius Bryant showed up to the Falcons team facility Wednesday, ready for his tryout during their rookie minicamp. Now, this is heartbreaking for any athlete to have to go through this, but it's especially infuriating for me because, I know what it takes to get in those positions. And to be an undrafted player, it's even harder. So for this guy to be thrown for a loop like this is really it's frustrating. Yet when he got there, the former Austin Peay defensive back was turned away. As it turns out, Bryant's tryout wasn't real. The person who was texting him from an Atlanta area code wasn't actually Falcons defensive coordinator Dean Pease, but someone else pulling a prank on him. I'm ready to move on from the situation. Respectfully, I don't feel like talking about it over and over again, Bryant told ESPN on Sunday. Yes, whoever did this to me is very wrong, but I'm moving on from the situation, and I forgive them for whatever reason they chose to do it. I honestly would not like the person who pulled this stunt on me to be publicly humiliated. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Now, I got to say, that is a very humble and a very mature way to handle this situation by Juantarius Bryant. Absolutely shows his character, shows his class, shows his ability to rise above the BS. And, I really got to commend him for that. But me over here on this side, we ain't going like that. Whoever pulled this shit, we need to find them and we need to burn them at the stake on social media. We need to metaphorically humiliate this person because you're playing with the man's entire psychological stability. You know what I mean? Like, this is unbelievable to me that somebody would take their time to prank call a football player and trick him into believing he was being invited to an NFL rookie minicamp. That is beyond cruel. It's not a joke. This dude drove all the way to Atlanta to be turned away, to be embarrassed in front of Everyone at that facility, and I'm sure everyone there was empathetic and sympathetic for him, because that is fucked up what this person did. It is super fucked up. And I mean, of course, we could look at it and we could say, well, why didn't the Falcons just say, you know what, just come on, we'll bring you into the minicamp. Look, I wish that it worked that way. I wish that it could work that way, but it doesn't work that way, especially with the protocols they have in place now for the pandemic and everything that they're trying to do to keep players from being exposed. He was coming out of left field for the facility, for the franchise. So there's nothing they could do in way of making sure that he was set up to be a part of that mini camp. They had to turn him away. I think that is just totally a tragic way for this guy to find out the reality of the situation he was dealing with. And I think that whoever did it needs to be held to account, at least in the court of public opinion. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really sad that somebody went out of their way to do that to this guy. How do they feel right now seeing these stories all across national headlines about how this guy was pranked? You know what I mean? How do you think he felt when he got back in his car after he had been turned away? I mean, I would have bawled like a little baby in my car, because that hurts. That hurts. Somebody played a trick on you. It couldn't even be that you weren't good enough. Couldn't even be that you just didn't stack up when you got there and you worked. It was that somebody played a trick on you. Somebody lied to you, fooled you, had you completely mentally change your entire demeanor to get ready for this tryout. You pack your bags, you throw it in your car, you jump in your car, you spend money that you probably, that you're probably tight on, that you can't just be spending money to go drive places, to go for a fake workout. This is beyond bullshit, and this person needs to be brought to public justice. But let's continue with the article. Falcons never contacted Bryant. Bryant, in a statement on Twitter, said that he had been contacted by someone using a 404 area code, which is the Atlanta area code. I live in Atlanta. Who was pretending to be Peay. The person he said invited him to the Falcons rookie minicamp on Wednesday. Here is the post by Bryant. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at it. He says here, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been in my corner while I've been pursuing my lifelong dream of playing in the NFL. Apparently, the opportunity of attending rookie minicamp with the Atlanta Falcons was not a legit opportunity. Someone contacted me from a 404 area code number pretending to be Dean Peay, the DC for the Atlanta Falcons. I did not realize it was not a legit opportunity until I traveled to the facility for the rookie minicamp check-in on Wednesday, May 12th. It's most definitely one of the most embarrassing things that has ever happened to me, and a very humbling experience. Just want to apologize to everyone in the Atlanta Falcons organization for the mix-up. Man, my guy, listen, you don't have to apologize. You don't need to apologize to anyone. You were doing what you thought was the correct thing to do. You thought you had a legitimate opportunity. And I mean, dude, that's to anybody, to anybody who gets that phone call thinking that they're getting an opportunity to go play with a professional football team, to try out, to be a part of that roster. It's absolutely, something that they're going to take serious, and they're going to be there to check in for that. So you don't have anything to apologize for. You were taken advantage of, my friend. You don't have to apologize. Someone needs to apologize to you. That's the truth. I honestly thought it was a legit opportunity on my end. I don't know or understand why this has happened, but I do know that everything happens for a reason. Yes, this was heartbreaking for me, but just another stepping stone that I am not afraid to admit or overcome. At the end of the day, this will not make or break me. I will still continue to fight for my dreams, because I know it's what I really want. I'm still striving, and still in the best shape of my life. When the opportunity presents itself, I will be ready. Juantarius Bryant. This is a mature man that we're looking at here. This is a man who dealt with this, who was publicly, humiliated and embarrassed going to a professional sports facility in the middle of one of the biggest cities in the country. And, and he has been able to lift his head high and speak about it, and speak honestly about it. and he should be commended. And, you know, honestly, I hope, and I hope that the Atlanta Falcons are able to take another look at this guy and maybe bring him in for their training camp when it comes around in towards the end of July. You know, I think giving this guy a shot is the right thing to do at this moment. And I mean, look, there's no guarantees that are given. There's no, you know, there's no telling how it will end up, but at least giving this guy a shot, giving this guy a chance to live his dream would be satisfactory enough if he can go out there and give his all and let the chips fall where they may. Well, what do you guys think about this situation? It's obviously just extremely cruel that someone did this to Juantarius Bryant. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to The Observant Lineman. I am your Observant Lineman, and I appreciate you guys very much for checking out this video, and we will catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.